So on this channel, I like to talk about self-actualization and what it means to us as individuals in our every single day life. But to understand that completely, you have to know about Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. These needs go from the most very basic up to the highest concept, which is self-actualization. But there's really one very surprising idea from Maslow that most people don't know about. So stick with me to the very end because I'm going to explain that, and that may shift entirely how you look at what self-actualization means and how we are to achieve that in our lives. Hey everybody, it's Jessie Q. I'm your everyday coach, mentor, and accountability partner to help you live to your fullest potential. I'm helping to develop self-actualized women so that we live a life full of joy and with no regrets. All right, so today we're talking about Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of needs. Sounds kind of dull, right? Abraham Maslow was a 20th century psychologist who developed these ideas that human beings have a structure of needs. Pretty straightforward and very common sense when you start to think about it, and I think you're going to relate to this. So number one in Maslow's hierarchy of needs would be psychological needs. These are needs like water, food, sleep, oxygen. If we do not have these things in our lives, we will turn all of our attention and all of our focus in our living towards finding those needs, because otherwise we'll perish. So these needs are the most basic and most fundamental needs in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Number two would be need for safety. So we need an environment where we feel safe and secure so that we can function. Again, we need to have an environment where we feel like our life is not threatened, where we are not going to be in peril. If this particular need is not met, we are going to focus on creating an environment where we feel comfortable and secure and we are not threatened in our everyday life. So need number two would be safety needs. Number three in Maslow's hierarchy of needs would be the need for love and belonging. So all human beings have a desire to be part of a group, to be part of a family, to have friends, to feel like we belong. And when these needs are not met, we feel unworthy, we feel disconnected, we feel lonely. So this is a need that we seek. We want to form connections with groups, with family. We want to be loved. We want to have that attention in our lives. So the third hierarchy of need would be for belonging and love. The fourth need in Maslow's hierarchy of needs is for esteem. This means that we are really capable and competent at what we do. We are accomplished. We have other people looking at us in a way that says, yeah, you're good at what you do. We value you. We feel like you're very accomplished at what you do. So we are looking for value from other people from the outside world to feel happy with this need. So the fourth one is for esteem. It's for value and reinforcement from the outside world that we bring value, that we are wanted, that we are accomplished, that we bring value to whatever the setting is that we are in. So interestingly, all of those needs that I just discussed are actually what Maslow calls deficit needs. It's because we are looking to the outside world, we are needing these things to fulfill us. So it is a deficit need. It's not something that is a part of us, it's a lacking that we don't have, that we are trying to bring into our life. So Maslow considers that to be a deficit need. So in Maslow's eyes, when you rise above having a need for these, looking for and wanting these deficit needs in your life, when you rise above feeling that that is where your focus is in life, that's when you become self-actualized. When you live with a comfort and a confidence in your own values, that you have formed deep and meaningful relationships, that you can look within yourself for your values, that you are comfortable with the world as it is, with all of the benefits, all of its abundance, and all of its flaws. When you rise above any of those deficit needs, you become a self-actualized person. The very surprising idea about this, that a lot of people don't know, is that Maslow believed that a self-actualized human was our normal and natural state as a human being. He didn't look at us as a being that needed and was constantly seeking all of these things. His idea was that all of us as human beings actually are self-actualized. That is our natural, normal, hardwired state. And what actually happens, we end up existing with these deficit needs pulling away from our natural state of being self-actualized. So think about this for a second. If we didn't have that little voice that's in our head that's constantly tearing us down, or if we didn't listen to the outside world that's constantly telling us, well, you shouldn't do it that way, if we lived to our own values, that we felt confident and comfortable within ourselves, we didn't let the little voice in our head, which I think is our ego, that's kind of constantly tearing at us and questioning what we're doing, and we live truer to our hearts, truer to our values, truer to what we are intended to do here as our passion in life, we fulfill that role of being hardwired into our self-actualized being. It's what Maslow saw us to be as our normal, natural human state. This is a really interesting idea. So I think I want to just ask a question. Ponder this for a second. What would happen in your life if you actually didn't listen to that little voice in your head, you stayed true to yourself, and didn't have those outside needs tearing away at what is your true and natural, heartfelt state in life? Would that change how you live your everyday life? Would that change how you make your decisions? Would it make you think differently about how you approach your day? Really curious to think about that. I actually agree with this theory. Personally, I think we are highly evolved spiritual beings. I think we are self-actualized beings, and we allow those doubts, the ego voice to get into our head. We let the world around us create these doubts and these fears and this anxiety that takes us away from our best and fullest potential. So just think about that a little bit and see if you think it would change your day at all. I do have a link below to a Finding Your Purpose guide. I think it's a really helpful guide if you want to just download it, and it will help you look at what your priorities are, help you focus in on the things that are most important to you, and bring into your life every single day little steps that you can take towards achieving those goals. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've liked it. Please click the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification to get our weekly updates. I wish you a very wonderful day. It's my intention that this video today brings you a bit of thoughtfulness to your day. So maybe you look at life just a little bit differently, and it helps shift you on a new path. Have a great day, everybody.